We are live. All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the second episode of the Fatman and Chill. Got gonna have a pretty good one tonight. Tonight we are going over our top five movies of all time. We got some movie release date news for you for the month of September. So we'll let you know what you need to go see. Of course, as always, I am your host. I am the Fat Man, and I'm rocking a new hairdo, guys. Finally got rid of the long-haired mutt. Got the short hair going again. But tonight we're rocking the hat. Um, so of course, I am your host. I am the Fat Man, Fat Man Gaming / Fat Man and Chill. This is the Fat Man and Chill podcast. Over to my side is my podcast homie. Zio, say what's up to the people.
What's up, guys?
All right, so getting started, we're gonna get right into it. Sorry if you guys hear a noise in the background. My kids are in here playing, so it's gonna get kind of rowdy. Um, First, let's do movie releases for the month of September. So some of these are already out, and I apologize. I didn't think about doing this until today, but we're gonna go over it. All right. Starting at number one, we have The Equalizer 3, starring Denzel Washington and Dakota Fanning. That release date was September 1st, 2023. Um, and then, let's see. Next, we got Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. September 8th, 2023. We got My Animal in select theaters. September 8th, 2023. Hold on, I gotta move the kids back. These just talk about something in general. I handle this.
I'll go ahead and talk about some wrestling news. Alright, guys, so in terms of wrestling news today, very short, not gonna be too much info. Major releases today, on top of the fact that Monday Night Raw was just not that interesting for me. You know, the show's 3 hours long. I watched the whole 3 hours. There wasn't really much of a highlight. I'd have to say the only one would be the Kofi Kingston versus Ivar from the Viking Raiders match. You know, Kofi really put in they really did some good work. Fantastic. I actually loved that match. It actually captured my attention. But for the rest of the show, it was just pretty dull and boring. And, you know, so enough of my Monday Night Raw. Let's get into some recent news. There have been several wrestlers that have been released from their contracts as of today. Those include Mustafa Ali, Emma, Rick Boogs, Elias, Riddick Moss, Top Dollar, Shelton Benjamin, and a major one, I would say, Dolph Ziggler was one of the ones released today.
No way, for real?
Yeah.
I heard about. I heard they did the mass firings because I was watching the Ryback show on TikTok, and I was watching Ryback talk about a bunch of stuff. But I heard about firings, but then I checked out because I had to go to work. But wow, they really let go of Mustafa Ali too, huh? After hyping him up.
Yeah, he was supposed to take on Dominic for the NXT title, the North American title coming up, and now he's out of the picture. So now they gotta try to scramble for a replacement, or just cancel that match entirely. Another name: Quincy Elliott, Bryson Montana, Dana Brooke was released. Mansoor and Mace, Commander Aziz was released. And Shank.
They released him. Wasn't he just wanted to get that cat, please?
Yeah, he was the one that came out with what's his name?
Yeah, he was just a manager.
Apollo Crews. Right? Yeah. You got Shanky was released.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. Ulyssa Leon, Daniel MacArthur, Kevin Ventura, Cortez, Alexis Gray, and Brooklyn Barlow. Those are all the names that were released from the company as of today.
But Elias was the guitar guy, right?
Yeah. It was funny, too, because he sent out a tweet, thanking everyone. about his time in WWE, and then he also he put in there just to make fun of it that he was his own brother during that time where he played as Zeke, the
Oh,
younger brother of Elias.
yeah,
He
that makes
confirmed
sense.
it.
Uh, was he not Damien Sandow at one point?
No, I don't think he was.
Okay, because I thought he was Damien Sandow because they look awfully alike.
They do. I'm like, my dad thought Shayna Baszler and Bailey were the same person.
No, Bailey, for lack of better words, got that big old banana tongue. You can tell Bailey from a mile away. Um,
Yeah.
but she's from San Jose too. She's a California native. Um, yeah, that sucks. Dolph, I think Dolph is the biggest loss there. He's going to AEW. There's no way he doesn't go to AEW.
They have to sign him to AEW. He would blossom there, and he would show, just like Cody Rhodes, he would show why he deserves to be in the main event.
Yeah, he's definitely. I mean, if I'm Tony Khan, I'm signing that guy almost immediately as soon as no, because WWE's got a bad habit of the no compete clause, so I don't think they can compete against the WWE for 90 days.
Well, I think he could just show up as early as tomorrow, technically, because his contract, what it was that his contract just quietly
Oh, it was
expired.
an expired contract. Okay, so he might not have the no compete clause then. Um,
Yeah, he just didn't renew it.
Good for
Another
Dolph
piece of
though,
news,
because Dolph is clearly a wasted talent in WWE. That guy is made of
he
it. He
was,
was. I mean, his acting is phenomenal. He's also very funny. I've seen one of his comedy shows. Legit
yeah,
funny. I can't believe he dated Amy Schumer or whatever her name is. Gross. Poor guy.
and
Um, but
real quick, another piece of news, that I'm sure, so the renewal contracts for Monday Night Raw, NXT, and SmackDown are all up next year for their TV providers. And it's just been announced that USA has picked up SmackDown starting in October of 2024, but has not decided to renew as of now their
that,
contracts for Monday Night
yeah,
Raw and NXT.
here Connor. Oh man, that's weird. That they wouldn't go
Yeah,
for Raw, but SmackDown is clearly the better show right now. Um, they got the heavy hitters. I mean, they got what Reigns, Cena, and he decides to show up. Give Brittany some of that water for me.
yeah,
Um,
and majority of it has to do with the time limit on the show. The show is 2 hours for SmackDown, and
yeah,
Monday Night Raw has been 3 hours for I don't know how long now.
yeah, it's
And
the 3 hours is too much.
yeah, like it gets still like Monday Night Raw. I already mentioned this. There was only one highlight of the entire show, and it was when Kofi Kingston took on Ivar.
You
You
got a good
know,
point.
other than that, the whole 3 hour show this past Monday was just a complete bore.
Yeah, and WWE does it to themselves because they're the ones that separate the rosters. They just need to go back to just having the same roster on both shows. Since they're cutting talent down anyways. And I'd like to see what Endeavor does with WWE now that the McMahons are no longer the owners. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see what Endeavor does. With, if most people know, Endeavor owns the UFC as well.
Yeah,
Um,
I like to see them introduce a trios title for like the 3-man group. So, you have like the Bloodline is like 3 or more
yeah,
members.
yeah.
You got the New Day.
Doesn't
I don't.
AEW have a 3-man belt?
Yeah, they do, and it works really well. Having a 3-man tag team
Mm-hmm.
championship belt for the triple teams works really well for the company. It
Yeah,
actually brings more titles, and so you just don't have just two members of a 3-man group, only holding two titles, and then you got to figure out what to do with the other man if you want all of them to hold the title.
right. Well, that's all cool. So that's all that happened in the world of WWE today.
Yeah, that's pretty much all the news from WWE as of today.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's weird hearing about the firings. I really liked Elias. I thought he was wasted talent too. He that whole so the mystery brother thing was really dumb. I didn't like that. But when he was doing guitar thing and doing all that. I thought that was really good. Um,
Yeah,
all
and
right. Well, man, that sucks. Well, good job. Good for Dolph. I'm sure he'll thrive in AEW. There's no way he doesn't go there. I mean,
yeah,
really, it's down to AEW and WWE because nobody even cares about TNA or Impact, whatever it's called.
I mean, anywhere Dolph goes, they would probably treat him better
What? I
than
mean, hey,
WWE has.
man.
Um. Oh, your mic is off. It muted.
Yeah, I know. I
I don't
muted
hear
it.
you.
I was
Ah.
not
But
scolding some
yeah.
children.
There's also been rumors for wrestling in other wrestling news. There's been rumors of Edge swapping over to AEW for one last big match. Uh, he has mentioned that if he were to wrestle his last match, he would want it against his brother in arms, Christian. And
Yeah,
so with Christian being in AEW, people are thinking he's gonna jump.
I don't see it. If anything, well, it depends. I don't know what kind of contract Christian has over there at AEW. I don't think Christian. No, Christian is a good wrestler. I do miss the tag team Edge and Christian. Actually,
Yeah,
actually, I would like to see Edge jump over because if I can get one more match of Edge and Christian versus Matt and Jeff Hardy, oh man, that'd be a dream come true. Now,
yeah, and
I
then
don't know what's going on with Jeff Hardy lately. I don't even know if he's been wrestling on AEW. Is he still around or is he still out?
I don't know. I haven't really kept up with AEW. I gotta start watching it
The last thing I
for
heard
this
about Jeff
news.
Hardy is he had another DUI and that's
Yeah. Um, another rumors. There's been talks about CM Punk coming back to WWE.
yeah, we
Uh,
talked about that last week.
yeah, you know, with you, he was on good terms with you with Endeavor. You know,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't doubt it. You know,
Now,
maybe they're releasing these superstars so that way they can pay Punk the big bucks he
now, if
wants.
that does happen, it won't be because WWE wants him. It'll be because Endeavor wants him in WWE.
Yeah,
Because last I heard, the WWE roster and higher ups do not want CM Punk, including Triple H. I do know I'm 50-50 on the accuracy of this, but I know that there was a report saying that Triple H threatened to leave if they brought back Punk. So I mean,
well,
really,
I
he
can
doesn't
see him
matter.
coming back maybe in a backstage role, maybe you know, maybe like a commentator or something that's not wrestling. And seeing
No,
Triple H being okay with that, but
no. If Punk comes to WWE, he's gonna wrestle, and if he comes, he's gonna be the one that breaks Roman's streak. It's the only thing that makes sense. I mean, they could bring The Rock in, but honestly, do you want to see The Rock wrestle anymore? Because I don't.
I want to see him fight Roman, but not for the title, for the honor of being the tribal chief.
I want to see The Rock just stay in Hollywood. Man,
You
that feels
know,
good.
if there was a way to end the tribal chief saga, I would want it to be with The Rock challenging Roman the way Jey Uso did in Tribal Combat,
Yeah,
and The Rock just winning, and that ends the whole tribal chief storyline, and Roman builds up a new one.
yeah. All right, well that's cool. That's the WWE news for now. Let's see, where do we leave off? Oh yeah, we left off my animal. Okay. September. There's a lot of movies coming out September 8th, guys. September 8th, my big fat Greek wedding 3 that I could not give a big fat crap about. Uh, September 8th, 2023. People really still watch that? Uh, and getting into one of the banger territory now, we have The Nun 2, September 14th, 2023. Um, Obviously, it's September 21st as of this recording, so it's been out. I hear good things about it. I know that the Conjuring series, which is all these movies are all linked to, these are some of the scariest movies I've ever seen. I'm not a big fan of the devil and demon stuff, so these movies scare the crap out of me. Uh, Moving on, September 14th, Satanic Hispanics. I have no idea. Um, Americats, September 15th. I've never even, yeah. A Hunting in Venice, September 15th. The Expendables 4. Jeez almighty. How many movies are these guys gonna make? I feel like the Expendables is becoming the new Fast and the Furious, and it's kind of sad because these guys look so old in these movies, and they're not even. It's not. No offense to them. Hell yeah, that they're still doing it, but they're just not even good anymore. The first one I'll give a thumbs up to. The second one and the third one, no thank you. And the fourth one, I have no interest in there. Um, September 22nd, 2023. So tomorrow for us, right after this recording. Jeez, what do you think about the Expendables?
They should have stopped after 2.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Like two was acceptable, but it was definitely was not my
You know,
jam.
yeah, there's like a rule when it comes to movies. If a movie
Right.
was good the first and second time, you stop. You don't push your luck with a third and more. And
Yeah.
that's what they're doing right now. They're pushing their luck. You know, it's kind of like you know, as much as I love the franchise, and this was going to be on my list, but I'm going to say it now as an honorable mention. Friday the 13th. The
Um.
series, it started out amazing. The first, I'd say, even 5 films were fantastic. But then it just started dropping, and then they really dropped the ball on Jason X.
We'll talk about that
And
later, because I got some stuff to
yeah.
talk about on that. Let's see. Okay, so Expendables 4, and then that's a Netflix release for this one, guys. Spy Kids Armageddon.
Ooh, hold
September,
up. I haven't heard of Spy Kids in a while.
yeah, Spy Kids Armageddon, September 22nd, 2023. Gina Rodriguez, Zachary Levi. I do believe that this one's about the kids of the original cast, and their kids are now the up and coming spies. It's a Spy Kids movie, so don't expect too much from it. It's yeah, definitely a kids movie. Me not interested at all. Um, then let's see, September 27th, we have the wonderful story of Henry Sugar. Um, has Benedict Cumberbatch, so Doctor Strange, and then Ralph Fiennes. Never heard of it. Ooh, and then the one I'm looking forward to this month. This one I cannot wait to see. I am actually going to the theater to see this. The Creator, September 29th, 2023. If those of you who don't know about this movie, this is basically an alternate. It's not related, but I'm calling it an alternate Terminator. This movie is about how mankind has discovered AI. AI has become a thing. AI turns on mankind, so you're getting the Terminator vibes. They eventually find a way to beat the AI, and it comes down to one thing, and then I guess one of the soldiers decides he can't do it, and a whole thing ensues. It looks phenomenal. I recommend you guys go check out the trailer. If you haven't seen it yet, this movie looks absolutely insane. I guarantee this movie does better than any Terminator ever has because it's like this is what Terminator should have been, and what yeah. So I recommend go and check out the trailer if you haven't done it yet, and look up that for the 29th because this movie is going to be insane. Let's see. After that, we got a weird movie. I seen the trailer for this one. It doesn't interest me at all. It kind of looks interesting, but it has something to do with the stock exchange during the whole GameStop era. And I
Ah,
think,
yeah.
yeah, I think this is kind of what that movie's about. It's called Dumb Money. It stars Paul Dano and Seth Rogen. I think I want to say it's a Netflix movie, but I could be wrong. But it actually looks interesting. I'm kind of interested because I want to see the whole GameStop stocks thing play out. I like Paul Dano. Those of you who don't know, Paul Dano was the Riddler in the Batman. Oh, honestly, the best part of that movie, besides the Joker when they showed him, I thought the guy who played the Joker in the Batman was really good, even though you technically only saw him for a second. Um, and then September 29th, 2023, we have On Fire. Never heard of it. Um, Fiona Doric. Oh, so it's got the original Chucky voice. It's got his daughter in there. And then to round up the end of the month, September 29th, 2023, we have Saw 10. Please, for the love of God, stop making sequels. After Saw 3, the whole franchise sucks. If you like anything after Saw 3, go see a therapist because those movies suck. They're absolutely awful.
Now,
Is Jigsaw alive? Is Jigsaw dead? I saw him die. How the hell is he still alive? Just stop. This man isn't Jason. He can't come back. He's not Freddy Krueger. The Saw movies
now,
suck.
now, I saw the trailer for this one,
Oh
and I
my
have
god, I
to.
did too.
Now, to me, it does seem a little interesting. Like the movie did capture my attention a little bit, but I will agree with you. Anything after Saw
Honor,
3 was a
honor.
miss.
Stop me. He says
They
this little
just
kitten.
did not. If Saw 3 was a home run, the rest of them afterward were just all out.
Saw 3 wasn't even a home run. Saw 3 was just that relief that the movie franchise was finally supposed to be ending.
Yeah, and speaking of things getting a sequel, especially in terms of horror movies, have you heard like these are just like rumors right now, but Blumhouse is apparently in the works of trying to make a new Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, I've heard about that. The problem with that is they're having problems. The original Wes Craven family owns the rights to that movie, and they are adamant on not selling it. I know that Danny McBride's company and all them, which is Blumhouse, Danny McBride and the other guy, they've been in negotiations and talks with the Craven family, and I've heard only bad things have been going on. So we'll see.
Yeah, and
Honestly,
they also want to reboot Friday the 13th again. They want to make a sequel to that 2009 reboot,
yeah. On,
but they because of that lawsuit as well, they're having issues with that one as well.
yeah. Well, honestly, I'd rather see a Friday the 13th reboot than a Nightmare on Elm Street. We had the reboot, and I'll give the new Nightmare on Elm Street. I liked it. I personally liked it. I
I did
understand.
not like Freddy.
See, I
I didn't like
understand.
his design.
I liked the new Freddy because I'm a big fan of what's his name, Jackie Earl Haley. That guy, he's like the perfect bad guy. He was also in the RoboCop reboot. I thought his character in the RoboCop reboot was awesome. But yeah, he did. The problem with the Nightmare on Elm Street, the reboot, is he did too good of a job as Freddy. And then when they finally confirmed that Freddy was a pedophile, that's kind of what did people in. It was like, you guys, he was like that in the original. He didn't just kill the kids. Um, but yeah, when it finally was said that Freddy was a child predator, that's when they were like, oh no, 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 no. And to Jackie Earle Haley's credit, he overdid that role because he killed that role, and I think that's kind of what he was
Yeah,
doing.
his I won't deny him that his acting was phenomenal.
Yeah, he was a really
He
good Freddy.
really, yeah, he really did it well. It was the fact that when they finally announced that Freddy was a pedophile, and then
Hang on,
the simple fact of character design.
talk as much as you can. I gotta go do something. Hold on.
I but yeah, so let me just reposition myself. So yeah, with Friday with the Friday the 13th reboot, right?
You
Let's
cannot
talk about
do
that real
that. You
quick.
will hurt these guys.
It was
You're
really good. I
wrong, you
honestly
guys.
liked it. It was fresh, new. You know, they showed him how he got his iconic mask. They showed us a new Camp Crystal Lake, a more modernized take on it. But then when they released the new Nightmare on Elm Street, the only gripe I had about it was Freddy's character design. Freddy is
Give me the
supposed to
last one now.
be
Where's he at?
a demonic looking
Get him
burn
now.
he's a sleep
Get out.
demon.
No, come
Confirmed,
here.
right? He's supposed to be burned. That's how he died. He died because he was burned alive. And I get visual effects have come a long way since the original.
Put him back in here now.
But that's what made Freddy iconic, was that look. However, and that's why I really didn't like the new Nightmare on Elm Street. was simply due to the fact that Freddy's design, it just didn't look right
Cool
to
now.
me.
Just
And
to
that could simply just be because, you know, I grew up on the old movies, on the older Freddy, so it's messing with my nostalgia. But honestly, Freddy's design was just something I didn't really like in that reboot.
yeah, the reboot. So his look, I didn't like his look either, but I thought it was an improvement over the Robert England look. The Robert England look is just classic. I mean, the dude had what 8 teeth,
Yeah. Yeah, it was that look was classic.
and then you had
But
the you had the Freddy versus Jason, where he was pretty much the same. So yeah, it's just hard to get over the old look and then going into a new look. It's kind of like people weren't ready for it.
yeah, and like I was saying, like visual effects had come a long way since the original Nightmare on Elm Street. That in the reboot, it didn't look like he was burned. It looked too cartoony almost. The burn patterns, you know, the even back then, I think it was what 2009 when that one came out.
I don't remember yet. I think so. Yeah.
There was better burn effects that you could have added post production. You could have done CGI really if you needed to, and it would come out better. But the fact that they were trying to recreate Robert England's burn look on that guy, it just did not work out.
Yeah. 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 That was a whole deal. I liked it though. Okay. So getting into the main topic of the show now, we're going over our top 5 movies of all time. This list was easy for me, so it wasn't really much of a challenge because I'm not very much of a movie watcher. The movie's got to hit me in the core right here in order for me to even want to pay attention to it. I'm not a big TV or movie person at all. Sorry, guys, I got hiccups. Um, but
Man, this was easy for you, but it was hard for me. I had to really put some thought into it because I've seen so many movies, and with ADHD having such a bad memory, it was hard for me to remember all the good ones I really liked.
well, number five, one being five being police force, the last favorite, and number one being um, so we are at number five.
So my number 5 is Rugrats in Paris, and for all you Nickelodeon kids out there, you know exactly why I picked this movie. It was just, we got Chucky. Chucky got a sister. Chucky's dad got a new wife. It really helped evolve the Rugrats story and the TV show. That being said, you know, again, this was just more of a nostalgia pick for me, picking Rugrats in Paris. Just the little kid in me. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Is the argument for me was is uh, the for me is um, getting everything at the time I wanted. They had a big gun. They had all the stuff. They had all the stuff that I wanted to see. Giant frogs, guns, and spaceships, and space stuff, and had everything. It was really good. It was made by I forgot his name. I might be butchering the first name. But yeah, it was just really good. It was hitting all the spots. The main characters were all great. It had at the time Doogie Howser. I called him. That's what I was seeing him as. He was like the brain smart guy. Um, And then yeah, so I mean, yeah, definitely Starship Troopers for me. So, and man, those guns, I think they were called burritos. The guns that they had were awesome. It's definitely Starship Troopers at number 5 for me.
All right. Moving on to number 4 for me is the Halloween franchise, Michael Myers, and something that people close to me know. I am a huge horror fanatic. I just love. I'm a Don't take it this way, but I am a blood and gore person when it comes to movies. Let me put emphasis on that. I like blood and gore when it comes to horror movies. So, it was only natural that the first horror movie I ever saw
Spot your next.
would be in this list, and that being the original Halloween movie with the original actor that played Michael Myers.
That was your number 4, Halloween.
Yeah. Yep.
The original, I think the original guy who played Halloween was just like he was just a set guy. They kind of just found him. And they were like, hey, we need a really tall, big dude to play this part. You want to do it? And he's like, sure.
Yeah.
Watching the documentary on that movie was really insane because it's like the budget that they did it on. And then Michael was supposed to be even less of a figure in the movie. Like the original name for him was just the shape. And he was literally
Yeah.
supposed to be that, just like just a shadow
Yeah.
basically.
Boogeyman, yeah.
Yeah. So
And it also shed some light, like the Halloween franchise really sheds the light, especially in the more newer ones, on mental health. Because Michael is actually a mental patient. Because as we all
on a
know,
reason
ever
my hand
since the
sanitizer from over
2018
there.
release, everything
My
else
hand
after the
sanitizer.
original Halloween has
So
been
thank you.
retcon and is now non-canon.
Yeah, and honestly for the best because Halloween 2 I didn't like. Um, Halloween 3
Had nothing to even do
had
with it.
nothing to do. It actually in one of the scenes in Halloween 3 it was just like a movie playing in the background. Um, and then everything after that, those were all Akid movies. So Mustafa Akid. And obviously they don't count. We won't
Yeah.
even go into the garbage heap that was Resurrection.
Nope.
Um, yeah,
And
God, just thinking about
I
that movie. Ugh,
yeah, I do got one gripe about the last Halloween one they did. Halloween Ends. It could have been better.
I liked it. I liked it where it went. I
It
liked
was
it how it
good.
ended. Um, I like how they kind of. I like how it kind of started to lean it here. I like how it kind of leaned towards the end of the supernatural thing. Uh, it was heavily hinted that Michael kind of passed on some of himself onto that spoiler alert, guys, onto that kid in there. Um, so yeah, but they have both. Well, it's still, I guess it's still kind of fresh. Go watch it. Um, yeah. So moving on, my number 4. My number 4 is the movie Nine. Not a
Mm.
very heavily spoken of movie. It is an animated movie. Um,
It's the
it
one with like little puppet
Yeah, it's
looking
the one with the
creatures,
little
right?
puppet guys. Had an excellent voice cast in there. Elijah Wood, John C. Riley. Honestly, those are the only two that I can remember. So other people in the cast, forgive me. If you ever watched this, I doubt you will. But yeah, Nine was a really good movie. The story was really good. The movie was animated, almost kind of. It was almost Pixar animated, but had a little bit of a hint of like anime style to it. The story was really good. Post-apocalyptic movie. The nine referring to nine puppets. Um, each one of them a different piece of the alchemist that made them. They represented different portions of his soul. Um, and it's just a really great movie. Really sad too, parts. If you guys haven't seen it, look it up. I know you can rent it on Amazon. I think it's like $2. Check out the movie Nine. Really good, really underrated movie. Very well acted. Definitely aimed towards adults, even though it had like a childish look to it. But yeah, number nine is definitely my. Or actually, it's just called Nine. Uh, definitely my number four.
All right, and moving on to number 3 for me, is 2008, The Dark Knight, and people will think, I'm doing this because of Batman. No, the actor that played Batman. No, simply because of the fact I love the Joker in that movie. Heath Ledger did a phenomenal job playing a sadistic, lunatic style Joker.
If there was ever a profile of somebody to play the Joker, it was Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger, rest in peace. Heath Ledger, even to this day, they can all try, and so far the only one that's come close is the guy in the Batman. So if you guys haven't seen, there's a deleted scene in the Batman of him going one on one with the Joker in Arkham, and they have a one-on-one conversation. And Batman asks the Joker for help, basically, on trying to identify who the Riddler is. I got such the vibes of Heath Ledger in that rendition of the Joker, and that was like so far the best one. Now, Joaquin Phoenix Joker is supposed to be zany, and we won't even discuss the other
Well,
Joker, the Suicide
well,
Squad Joker, because that was just a
yeah.
complete joke.
Well,
Um,
when you really think about it, in the comics and the storyline they did of the 3 Jokers, there's three. There's supposedly in the DC universe 3 different Jokers. There's the comedian, there's the lunatic, and then there's the mobster. And if you really think about it, Joaquin's is more of the comedian. Uh, the mobster one is supposed to be uh what's his name from Suicide Squad.
Jared Sucko.
Yeah. And then the lunatic, would have been Heath Ledger. And if he rest his soul, if he was still alive, I think they would have done an adaptation later on down the line with all 3 of them like they in the comics.
No, that would have never happened. They wouldn't have never had those three guys in the same room together. But speaking of Heath Ledger's Joker, Batman, the third one, I forgot what it's called, Dark Knight Rises, right?
I
That
believe
was
so.
that was supposed to be a continuation of the Dark Knight, and being that Joker was supposed to play a heavy role in that third movie. But unfortunately, due to the death of Heath Ledger, they did not continue with that. And then we got Bane, who was also great. Tom Hardy was phenomenal as Bane. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but it would have been nice to see what the Joker was fully capable of in another movie. But yeah, good pick. Number three for me. Number three for me is Short Circuit. If any of you don't remember, Short Circuit was a movie about a military robots being created by the military. They were supposed to be like anti-tank weapons and stuff like that. They are artificial intelligence, so they're capable of learning and all that. Um, they're testing them and having a conference one day to show what their robots are capable of. One of them gets hit by lightning and then basically becomes sentient. He becomes alive. He goes by the name of Johnny. So he was Johnny Five. Really, it was a freaking hilarious movie. Johnny Five. I wish I had one of those toys. I'm still trying to find one, a good one. But yeah, Johnny Five just looked awesome for the time. Now, granted, this is an '80s movie, so hey, stop it. Um, so yeah, just a really good movie. It was funny. Johnny was funny. Uh, he looked cool. The cast was really good. So yeah, number three for me would be Short Circuit. And again, if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. It's a good movie.
Alright. Moving on for me, number 2. I couldn't really I was going through the list of the movies I've seen from this, and I couldn't really pick one. So this is gonna be kind of out of range, but I'm just gonna throw in the entire
Say hi.
MCU.
Say hi, people.
Hi, Gabe.
What were you saying? Sorry. What movie?
Uh, just the MCU entirely.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's cheating, but okay. Yeah.
I couldn't pick one. I tried to pick one.
I
I
would.
was like,
It. It's really hard. No, it makes sense that you would. I'll allow the MCU as an internal thing because it is like a whole thing. Um, but yeah, the MCU up until Endgame is phenomenal. Everything after right that so far has been just yeah, average or mid at best. Um, really, honestly, the best thing coming out of the newest phases is Loki. Um,
yeah.
and then we got that season 2 getting ready to start in October, so that's going to be pretty freaking cool. But yeah, what would be your favorite? If you had to pick two, what are your favorite two out of the?
Iron Man 2008, obviously, it's
Yeah,
the starter, and the original Avengers.
yeah, yeah. Age of Ultron sucked. Um, and then obviously you got the Infinity War and an Endgame, which are the best ones. Um, but yeah, it's weird because I like to go back and like I'll put these movies on to fall asleep on Disney Plus. So like
Oh,
it's weird seeing the Paramount logo on some of the movies, and then later on in the area you get to the Disney ones, you see the Marvel logo, and it's like, oh, what a time we were in.
yeah.
Okay, moving on. Number two for me. Number two for me is oh gosh, let me see. Number two for me would be gosh, I can't even think. Oh, number two for me would be the Puppet Master. Actually, Puppet Master 2. And Puppet Master, I love the entire franchise. It was one of the movies that I watched as a kid that I probably shouldn't have watched. It scared the living
Oh,
hell out of me.
I know what you're talking about now. I know that movie now.
Oh yeah, no, these movies scare the heck out of me. And just to think that these little guys were so monstrous. Uh, and if any of you haven't seen the Puppet Masters, they're great all the way up until actually I would say one, two, and three are the best, and then you don't have to see anything else after that.
You know
But
what's funny is I completely forgot, but there was a movie similar to that that I actually got scared from. Like Puppet Master didn't really scare me, but one that was like it was I don't remember the name of it, but I know I
what is
the
it?
only thing I can remember from the movie was on the back of the DVD. Oh, Dead Silence.
Oh yeah, and that's
That
what
one really creeped me out.
I was hoping Dead Silence was gonna be. It was gonna be in the realm of Puppet Master, and it kind of got there towards the end, maybe sometimes, but that went a whole different direction. Great movie, but yeah, for me, number two is definitely Puppet Master. Um, Puppet Master 2. Just man, those little guys. I used to have one. I used to have the two ones you would see the most. Blade being the top, the trench coat wearing one with the hook and the knife, and then
Yeah.
Tunneler. Tunneler was the one with the drill in his head. I used to have those
Uh,
figures, but I lost them in a move. But yeah, number two for me would definitely be Puppet Master 2. Moving
alright.
on to number one for you.
So number one for me is
Boys,
this was a movie
get
from
going.
my era,
Connor, go make those snacks be cold.
and it's gonna be Tobey Maguire and Sam Raimi's original Spider-Man. This movie completely from my childhood. It's what got me into superheroes in the first place. I think anyone born in 2000 before the original one came out, grew up with this movie pretty much.
Yeah, I'm still to this day am a big fan of the Raimi Spider-Mans, except for three. Um, Tobey
That
Mag-
wasn't really their fault on 3.
no, but no, it wasn't. Tobey Maguire hands down to me, still the best Spider-Man there ever. And we'll break him down as in the best Spider-Man was Tobey Maguire. The best suit was Andrew Garfield, and the best Peter Parker was Tom Holland. Um, and Andrew Garfield redeemed himself. I mean, it wasn't really his fault. This movie had bad direction. Um, but the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man redeemed himself in the No Way Home. So
Yeah.
that was really good. Now everybody's clamoring for an Amazing Spider-Man 3, and I kind of hope they do it or they figure out a way to. Because I have a.
Well,
It's already been heavily rumored that they'll both be back for Secret Wars. So
what it is actually the rumor is that they are gonna make those movies. Like they're gonna make a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 4 and a Andrew Garfield Spider-Man 3. And that's simply because that it was actually confirmed that Tom Hardy's Venom is in the same universe as Andrew Garfield.
yeah, that one I pretty much guessed that one. Yeah. Eh, I guess Andrew Garfield can have Morbius too. Anyways, yeah, good pick. I do like the original Spider-Man. I still think it's the best Spider-Man to date.
Yeah.
Um, No Way Home coming in second. Because seeing all three of them together was amazing. Um, yeah. Okay, moving on to my final, the number one for me. Everybody, well, you guys wouldn't know this, but most of my family would. Me, my number one of all time is the original RoboCop. I'm a huge RoboCop fan. I have the original RoboCop figure. When this movie came out, I had every toy. My parents bought me every RoboCop toy that came out. I loved the cartoon. I have every RoboCop game ever printed on thing. I have RoboCop emulators on my Steam Deck. I have the new RoboCop coming out for the PS5 pre-ordered. I pre-ordered two copies because I want to keep one to play, and I'm going to have one graded because I just have a feeling that game's either going to do really well or not well at all. Um, so I want to have that in my collection. That means a lot to me. Yeah, I love the original RoboCop. It was futuristic. It was grim. Alex Murphy was the likable character. And then when he became RoboCop, that suit was just awesome. The way he talked was funny. The way he stepped, every step he took, you could hear the doof, doof, doof. And other shows kind of picked up on that. I feel like other things like Cell or Frieza, whenever they walk, you kind of hear that doof, doof, their sound that their feet make. I feel like
Yeah.
they kind of got that from RoboCop because every time RoboCop stomps, you can hear that clear footstep. Um, so yeah, so for me, it's definitely RoboCop, made by the same guy who made Starship Troopers. But yeah, the music in there was awesome. The cop cars, I mean, even though they were Ford Tauruses at the time, they looked really cool because they were all black. RoboCop's gun, I forgot what they was called. It was the something. I forgot the name of his gun, but yeah, that thing just seemed to have unlimited ammo. You never see RoboCop reload that bad boy. Um, and then later on, you got like okay, so we can RoboCop 1 and 2 are the best. We can forget 3. I was even also a fan of the reboot. I thought the guy who played Joel Kinnaman, the guy who played Alex Murphy in this one, I thought he did a really good job at RoboCop. I loved the upgraded suit. I thought it was awesome. That movie was in development hell for a long time, so you can kind of tell when it finally came out. I liked that he was super mobile and not so slow and clunky like the original RoboCop. But the original still had his charm. But yeah, so the RoboCop franchise to me is definitely my number one. But the original RoboCop is the one. I watch it to this day whenever it's on Netflix or on Amazon or anything. I make sure that I watch it. It's on Tubi right now, so I've seen it like twice in the last month already. But yeah, RoboCop, my number one. And I can't wait for that new game to come out. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. We're running at 49 minutes right now. You got anything you want to close out on? Or?
Yeah, never make another Jason X.
Oh yeah, hold on, we'll capture that real quick. Let's talk about that real quick. So Jason, so Friday the 13th one, great movie for what it was. Threw you for a loop at the end because you figure out, oh man, it was the mom the whole time. Spoiler on a super old movie, guys. And then you got Friday the 13th Part 2, which is you find out that Jason didn't drown in the lake. He was actually just hiding in the forest and or whatever. Seeing his mom's head get lopped off in the first one and then swore revenge. Um, that's it. You didn't need to go any further. Uh, Number 3, you get into Jason. I think he ends up killing one of the counselors. It ends up being some guy's son, and he goes on a rampage, right? Pretending
Yeah,
to be him.
yeah.
That one was okay. Here, be quiet, please. And then the fourth one. What was the fourth one?
I believe New Blood.
Oh god, no, because that's the worst one. Oh, next good. Okay. So the next one, so the fourth one was the one with no, it's Jason Lives. It's the one with Tommy. Yeah, and he's an adult this time. Tommy was in number 3 as the kid. So yeah, 4 would be the Jason Lives. Um, and that's when we get zombie Jason for the first time. Tommy stabs him with the bolt from the iron gate bar. The bar gets struck by lightning, and Jason comes alive again. And that's when we get zombie Jason. Number 5 was Manhattan. Jason goes to Manhattan, of all places. Starts off really good, and then when they get to New York, that was it. That was the end of that movie. Take him inside, please, and I'll be right there. Go to my room and go put on Mario. Or with Connor. Okay, go ahead. Uh, then let's see. After that, then you get New Blood. Oh God, that was the worst one. He meets a girl with psychic powers, and they have a duel to the death. And then Connor, go. And then after that, you get the final one. They say the final chapter, and I think that was just a continuance of the previous one. So that was whatever. And then after that, you get to here. Take over for me. Go inside.
Alright. Yep.
All right. Then you get. I think it was that one. I got. That one was Jason Goes to Hell. After that, which was actually one of my personal favorites. Even though you really didn't get to see Jason as himself, he was kind of like body swapping, which was also kind of weird. But I thought that movie was really good. And you got after that, it was I think Freddy versus Jason came after that, and then after that, the dreaded Jason X, and that was just hands down the dookiest garbage smelly turd that was ever made.
Hmm.
Hunter, take it inside. No.
Okay, so I think we missed some things. So it went part 2, 3, then the final chapter, then a new beginning, and then part 6 was Jason Lives.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I kind of swapped him out. That was my bad. I haven't seen him in forever. All right, guys. So that's gonna do it. We had a whole thing re-recorded about our Friday the 13th talk. Actually, I just now decided that and I think Z will agree. On the next episode, we're gonna go ahead and do a Friday the 13th franchise go over. How's that sound, Z?
Yeah,
All right. So
that'll be perfect for the next episode.
all right, perfect. All right, so on the next episode, guys, we're going to be talking about the Friday the 13th franchise. All of them. So we're gonna go and do that. We'll talk about all the way from part 1 to X to the reboot, and then hopefully, and then we'll do some discussion on what we want for the future of the franchise. We had a whole thing in there, but I had to edit it out because it got messed up. So, anyways, guys, till episode 3, this is the Fatman, and over to my side is Z Keys. So, all right, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Z, peace out.
Peace, guys.
All right, we'll see you guys.